Good morning.
It's good to have you join us.
Yes, thank you.
Interesting. The last time we had a major issue with Ghana, something of this manner, was 42 years ago, as in 1983, where the administration of Shehu Shagari, President Shehu Shagari at the time, deported undocumented immigrants in the country back to their country, talking about Ghanaians. That was when we had the Ghana must go issue. And here we are, 42 years down the line. We are facing almost a similar situation. And this time it is Nigerians must go because of so many issues according to them. But can the events of the past influence what we are seeing diplomatically, the posture, especially the posture of both countries regarding this issue?
Well, I don't think you can rule it out. And what happened in the 80s, I can't call it deportation in the real sense of it. What actually happened, we asked all the Ghanaians to leave, okay? And then that caused all sorts of hue and cry here and there. Maybe this is a payback time. I don't know. That's why these people are protesting. Who knows? But prior to that, you see, you need to put things in an historical context. And not to know what happened before you were born is to remain a child, according to Cicero. Now, the point is this. Even in 1969, the Ghanaian government, as at that time, said, at a point there was economic prosperity in Ghana. That was during the Gold Coast era. And then in 1969, they came up with this law and said all the aliens must leave. And that caused all sorts of nonsense. Then Nigeria, maybe in 1983, that was the reason behind the Ghana must go episode. But the protesters here, they are asking for mass deportation, that all Nigerians must go. You see, for mass deportation to happen, you need a legislative backing. Because if you don't do that, your action might be very unlawful. Let's look at it legally. Number one, Ghana is a member of the ECOWAS. And in 1975, Ghana signed the ECOWAS Treaty. In 1993, they ratified that treaty. And if you look, what was the essence of that treaty? To ensure economic development and social integration, and free movement of goods and services and citizens. And even Article 3 of that economic treaty actually imposes an obligation on member countries to make sure they abide by the spirit of the treaty.
That's right.
Now, if you are signing a treaty, as you know, it's an agreement between states. If you are signing a treaty and you have a reservation that, look, we don't want to be part of this, that is why there's an opt-out clause. And I'll give you an example. During the Schengen agreement within the European countries, the essence of the Schengen agreement is that there should be free movement within the member states. But the United Kingdom said, no, when it comes to immigration, we want to take control of our border. That's why if you get a France visa, you cannot use it to enter UK. You cannot, because they said, we don't want to be part of that. Now, if the Ghanaians said, okay, we don't want migrants or Nigerians or whatever in our country, then they've had the opportunity to do that in 1975. They've had the opportunity to do that in 1993. And all these issues, they are talking about prostitution, this and that, and what have you. There is no country without a social problem. And what you need to do is how you address those social problems. I appreciate the fact that international migration and international crime goes hand in hand. If you get to some countries, they don't know anything about 419. But because citizens of certain countries are moving into that, they introduce it. So you can't rule it out. But what you do, you must try and strengthen institutions. Make sure your legal system works to address all these problems. And now they are saying Nigerians are doing this and doing that. Now, that is a fair comment. But the issue is this. Give us the statistics. How many Nigerians have been arrested? How many are in prison? How many are awaiting trial? So that we know Nigerians are the people behind this. And also, it is not even impossible. Because we have a porous border, the way we issue our passport is not really rigid enough. it is not impossible for some of these criminals not to be Nigerian. I can tell you that. Because even when the war was going on in Liberia, Sierra Leone, there are quite a few Nigerians claiming to be citizens of that country so that they can get a refugee status abroad. So, you see, these are the issues. And our government today seems to be promising, okay, don't do this, don't do that. And I must let you know before you come in, Nigerians are facing hostility here and there. In South Africa, in Ghana, United Arab Emirates, then American embassy saying this, saying that. So at a point, government needs to sit down. And our parliament too needs to sit down and say, look, how are we going to address all these issues? Because something is, and protect, because citizenship connects certain rights.
Yes.
And if there is war, your government come in and they evacuate you as a citizen of that country. So those are the rights as a citizen. Even if you go abroad under the Vienna Convention, you are, let's say you arrive in UK now, you have problem, you are arrested by the police. Under the Vienna Convention, the first thing they need to do is to contact your embassy. Welfare officer, so that they can give you what they call consular assistance. And from your intro, you said they said the Nigeria Commission in Ghana should give consular support in case if people are threatened.